Forget everything you thought you knew about urban gardening. We're challenging the limits of small spaces by building a DIY hydroponic tower that can grow more than 50 plants simultaneously. Get ready to see how a simple, sustainable system can turn your small balcony or patio into a resilient food source, proving that anyone can be a prolific urban farmer. The urban garden dream. Why hydroponics? Living in the city shouldn't mean sacrificing your dream of growing fresh organic produce. Whether you're staring at a cramped balcony, a tiny patio, or even just a sunny corner of your apartment, the frustration of wanting to garden without having the space is all too real. Traditional gardening demands horizontal space that most urban dwellers simply don't have, and container gardening only gets you so far before you've exhausted every available surface. This is exactly where hydroponic tower systems become absolute game changers, and I'm thrilled to show you how building your own can revolutionize your urban growing experience. The magic of vertical hydroponics lies in its ability to defy the spatial constraints that have held urban gardeners back for generations. Instead of spreading plants across precious square footage, we're building upward, creating a living column of productivity that occupies less than 3 square feet of floor space, while supporting over 50 individual plants. This isn't just about fitting more plants into a tight space, it's about fundamentally reimagining what's possible when you eliminate soil, optimize water delivery, and embrace the vertical dimension. Hydroponic systems use up to 90% less water than traditional soil gardening because the water recirculates continuously rather than draining away or evaporating from open soil. For urban environments where every resource matters, this efficiency translates into sustainable food production that actually makes sense for apartment living. Blueprint to bounty. Building your tower. Constructing your hydroponic tower is surprisingly straightforward, and the materials are far more accessible than most people imagine. The heart of your system will be a series of food-grade PVC pipes, typically 6 inches in diameter, which form the vertical growing columns. You'll need 4 to 5 feet of piping for each tower section, and most hardware stores can cut these to your specifications. Along with the pipes, you'll gather PVC end caps, net pots that fit into drilled holes along the tower, a submersible water pump rated for at least 200 gallons per hour, flexible tubing for water delivery, a large reservoir container that holds 15 to 20 gallons, and basic growing medium like expanded clay pellets or coconut coir. Alright, so the assembly process begins with careful planning of your net pot placement. You'll want to mark holes along your PVC tower in a spiral pattern, spacing them about 8 inches apart vertically, and rotating around the column to prevent your plants from shading each other. Then, using a hole saw attachment on your drill, go ahead and cut openings that match your net pot diameter, usually about 3 inches across. At the top of the tower, you'll install a distribution system that delivers nutrient-rich water evenly down the interior of your column. The simplest approach uses a PVC end cap with multiple small holes drilled throughout, connected to your pump's tubing. When water flows through this distributor, it cascades down the inside of the tower, bathing the roots of every plant as gravity pulls it downward. The reservoir sits beneath your tower, catching this flowing water and allowing your pump to recirculate it continuously. This closed-loop system is what makes hydroponics so water-efficient. Nothing goes to waste. Water wisdom and nutrient know-how, right? Understanding your nutrient solution might seem intimidating at first, but honestly, it's actually one of the most rewarding aspects of hydroponic gardening because it gives you complete control over your plant's nutrition. The concentration of your nutrient solution matters tremendously, and this is where you'll want to invest in an inexpensive EC meter or TDS meter, which measures the electrical conductivity of your water to tell you how concentrated your nutrients are. Different plants have different preferences, but most vegetables and herbs thrive with an EC reading between 1.2 and 2.0 millisiemens per centimeter. Leafy greens like lettuce and spinach prefer the lower end of this range, while fruiting plants like tomatoes and peppers appreciate slightly higher concentrations. Checking your nutrient levels weekly ensures your plants never go hungry and helps you catch any imbalances before they affect growth. pH balance deserves equal attention because it directly affects nutrient availability. Even if your solution contains all the right nutrients, plants can't absorb them properly if the pH drifts outside the optimal range of 5.5 to 6.5. City water typically runs alkaline, somewhere between 7.5 and 8.5, so you'll almost certainly need to lower it using pH down solution, which is simply diluted phosphoric or citric acid. An affordable pH test kit or digital pH meter becomes your best friend here. Test your reservoir water after adding nutrients, then adjust as needed. Over time, as plants consume nutrients, the pH will naturally drift upward, so weekly testing and adjustment keeps everything stable. This might sound fussy, but once you establish a routine, checking and adjusting pH takes less than 5 minutes and becomes second nature. Your pump should run continuously or on a timer that cycles water for 15 minutes every hour. Continuous flow works beautifully for towers because it ensures constant moisture and nutrient delivery to all plants, but timed cycles can reduce energy consumption if you're running multiple systems. The reservoir itself should be opaque to prevent light from encouraging algae growth, and positioning it in a shaded area helps keep water temperatures stable. Ideal water temperature ranges between 65 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Too warm and dissolved oxygen levels drop while encouraging root diseases. Too cold and nutrient uptake slows dramatically. Green growth hacks. Maximizing your yield. Starting plants for your tower system requires thinking ahead about root development. Most growers begin seeds in small rock wool cubes, rapid rooter plugs, or even simple seedling trays filled with coconut coir. The goal is to establish seedlings with healthy root systems that will easily transition into your net pots and thrive in the constantly moist environment. Once seedlings develop their first true leaves and show strong white roots emerging from the growing medium, they're ready for transplanting. Gently place each seedling into a net pot, surrounding the root plug with expanded clay pellets or additional growing medium to provide stability and support. The clay pellets are fantastic because they wick moisture upward while allowing excellent air circulation around the roots. This balance of moisture and oxygen is what makes hydroponic systems grow plants so much faster than traditional methods. Plant selection dramatically impacts your tower's productivity. Compact, fast-growing crops are your champions in vertical systems. Lettuce varieties are absolute stars. Butterhead, romaine, and loose-leaf types can go from transplant to harvest in just 4 to 5 weeks. And you can practice cut-and-come-again harvesting where you take outer leaves while allowing the plant to continue producing. Herbs like basil, cilantro, parsley, and mint thrive in towers, growing more vigorously than they ever would in soil, while providing continuous harvests when you pinch back growth regularly. Strawberries adapt wonderfully to vertical growing, with runners that can be trained around the tower for cascading fruit production. Compact pepper varieties, especially ornamental and Thai chili types, produce abundantly without the sprawl of larger varieties. Even determinate tomato varieties, particularly cherry and grape tomatoes, can succeed in towers if you choose early maturing cultivars and provide adequate support. The secret to continuous production lies in understanding succession planting and strategic harvesting. Rather than filling your entire tower with the same crop at once, stagger your planting so that as one plant reaches harvest maturity, another is just hitting its growth stride. This creates a perpetual harvest calendar where you're pulling fresh produce from your tower every single week, rather than experiencing feast or famine cycles. When harvesting leafy greens, always take from the outside, working inward, never stripping a plant completely. This encourages the growing point to continue producing new leaves, effectively turning each plant into a long-term production unit, rather than a one-time harvest. Monitoring plant health in a hydroponic tower is wonderfully straightforward because problems manifest quickly and visibly. Yellowing lower leaves often indicate nitrogen deficiency. Bump up your nutrient concentration slightly. Purple-tinged foliage suggests phosphorus shortage, while brown leaf edges point to potassium issues or salt buildup. The immediate feedback loop means you can correct problems in days rather than weeks, and your plants respond with explosive growth once their needs are met. Regular observation becomes your most valuable tool. Spend a few minutes each day checking for pests, noting growth rates, and assessing overall plant vigor. This daily connection with your tower garden transforms growing from a chore into a genuine pleasure as you witness the results of your care manifesting in vibrant, productive plants. Beyond the balcony, we're really talking about sustainable futures here. The harvest from a well-maintained hydroponic tower is nothing short of stunning. Now picture yourself stepping onto your balcony each morning to snip fresh basil for your breakfast eggs, grab a handful of cherry tomatoes for your lunch salad, and collect crisp lettuce for dinner, all from a system occupying less space than a folding chair. Over the course of a growing season, a single 50-plant tower can produce, about 20 to 30 pounds of leafy greens, countless herb harvests, and steady supplies of compact vegetables. The flavor of produce grown hydroponically often surprises people because plants grown without stress, with optimal nutrition and consistent conditions, develop remarkable taste intensity and nutritional density. Beyond the immediate satisfaction of fresh food, your tower represents something larger and more significant. You're participating in a genuine solution to food system challenges, reducing the distance food travels, eliminating pesticide exposure, and demonstrating that productive agriculture doesn't require rural acreage. The water efficiency alone makes hydroponic growing an environmental win, especially as climate change intensifies water scarcity concerns. Every meal you harvest from your tower is one less item that needed to be commercially grown, packaged, transported, and refrigerated, dramatically shrinking the carbon footprint of your food choices. Your success with vertical hydroponics can ripple outward in unexpected ways. Neighbors notice your thriving tower and start asking questions. Friends taste your homegrown basil and want to learn your methods. Perhaps you inspire an apartment building to install community growing towers, or encourage a local school to integrate hydroponic education into their curriculum. Urban agriculture isn't just about feeding yourself. It's about, reimagining our relationship with food production and demonstrating that sustainable living is achievable right where we are, in our cities, on our balconies, in our everyday lives. If this guide has sparked your imagination and you're ready to transform your tiny urban space into a productive food garden, I'd love to hear about your plans in the comments below. Share what crops you're most excited to grow, what challenges your space presents, or any questions you have about getting started. Don't forget to subscribe to Eco-Crop Chronicles for more innovative growing techniques, sustainable living strategies, and practical solutions for urban gardeners. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our newest content. And if you found this guide valuable, share it with fellow gardening enthusiasts who are ready to grow more with less. Together we're building a community of urban growers who prove that fresh, sustainable food is possible for everyone, regardless of space limitations. Let's keep growing. Eco-Crop Chronicles.